Welcome back, everyone. It is Saturday, March 15th in the NBA. My three best plays are on the way. In this video, we have one over, one under, and one same game parlay. If you are new, my name is Austin. Thanks for tuning in. As always, we start with a recap of yesterday. And we were this close to bringing out the brooms yesterday. It was a massive day, 4-1 for us. Funny enough, I had 5 picks. 4 of them were unders. One was an over. What was the one that lost? The only over of the day, which was Tyler Hero's over in points. He had 17 going into the fourth. Just didn't really shoot in the fourth quarter. Don't know what got into him. But the other unders all smacked. Franz Wagner, sweat free. Mo Gay. Shout out Mo Gay. What a legend. We added Jaden McDaniels under in points. Pretty sweat free. And then Isaac Okoro was the only one that was a little bit close. He ended with 9 on the dot. Hopefully you got the 9.5 point line locked in, points plus assists, or you took his under at 7.5 points. Either way, I have the under record on the screen. 78-34 at a 70% near hit rate. Hey, it's been great, but let's keep things going today. Like I said, unders have been paying. I know you guys don't like unders, but they've been pretty good to us this season. I'll have one in this video, one over, one same game parlay. So strap in, lock in. Let's have ourselves a Saturday. I hope you guys have a great weekend. At the end of this video, I'll have an Underdog Fantasy entry. As always, Underdog Fantasy, one of our sponsors here on the channel. Right now, they're giving out a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander free square, 0.5 points. Yeah, we know he's getting that. What does he score? 20 plus points in like 61 straight games or something nuts. I will actually have an SGA prop in the entry later on in the video. So stay tuned for that. Of course, sign up using my code COS or the link at the top of the description. $1,000 deposit match offer out there. So go take advantage of that. Either way, let's dive on the picks. I'm going to begin with the over. Then we'll go to the under, and then we'll go to the same game parlay. Sound good to you guys? Hopefully so. Let's dive into things. And our first play we will begin with is our over, and that is going to be a guy I really like, and that's Malik Beasley, over 13.5 points, minus 105 on DraftKings. I don't see this line changing off of 13.5. If it does, I still like it at 14.5. Malik Beasley's all or nothing. You're normally getting 15 plus points, or he's going to hit you with like 9. And I really think this is a great matchup for him, as the Pistons have a big test tonight as they face the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, the Thunder are only 5.5 point favorites here, so makes me think the Pistons can keep this game competitive. And even if they don't, they're still going to need scoring in this matchup. Cade Cunningham's going to get Lou Dort on him, and that's going to be a tough spot for him. I look for them to maybe bring some guys off the bench like Malik Beasley, maybe play them a few more minutes knowing they need some scoring, especially a Thunder team that shoots a lot of threes. We know that's Malik Beasley's calling card, shooting the three-pointer, and he's been really good at shooting it so far this season. Now, we'll go back to PropsMadness. A reminder, code COS will get you 25% off your first purchase. PropsMadness, you can look at Malik Beasley, and you'll see his numbers have been pretty dang good. Let's pull up Malik, and we'll look at his numbers that he's been doing so far this season. Now, like I said, 13.5 available on every single book right now. So don't be too worried. It's there, 13.5. Hopefully it stays there. Hit rate wise, over 19 of 24 games. It's coming off an under, though. Only scored 8 points here. Only shot 5 times against the Wizards. I don't know really what got into him there. But he's been really good. Been really good at home. He's been really good on the road. He's been good in general. I look at this matchup, though, and we look at his three-point line. It is 3.5. Him to make 3 threes is about minus 180. So if you're looking at him this season when he's made 3 or more threes, which they're saying, hey, minus 180, we think he makes 3 or more threes over in 22 of 24 games. He's been really good without Jaden Ivey. And I look at this matchup. He's facing sure, I get it. The Thunder are really good defense, but they have struggled spot up shooting. That's where they give up some points. They rank 25th versus the spot up. That's where Malik Beasley scores 30% of his points per game. In transition, sure, I get it. Might not be a great spot, but off screens, decent. And really, I think they're going to need his shot creation in this matchup. When we've seen this season, when he's faced teams that aren't great at defending spot up shooters, let's say bottom 15, we're not even going bottom 10 or bottom 5. Bottom 15, we're looking at over in 20 of 24 games. Obviously, you want to include some games without Jaden Ivey, over in 17 of 21. You could probably expand that. Yeah, 17 of 21 games without Jaden Ivey against bottom 15 spot-up defenses. He's played really well. If you're just a guy that bets banked on a guy bouncing back, well, I mean, you don't see a lot of back-to-back reds in here. I really think this is a great spot to back Malik Beasley. I love his over tonight. Let's hope the overs can get back on track. Yesterday, Tyler Hero could not deliver. I think Malik Beasley delivers for us tonight. Go knock down some threes for us, Malik. I think they need his scoring. Also, normally the guy that plays minutes for him is Asor Thompson. He's probably going to have SGA's assignment, so he could easily get into foul trouble there. I really like Malik Beasley. My next play, we have an under, and boy, do I love today's under. If you want a free over, Tyler Hero. He just hit 23 points in the third quarter. but I'm not backing Tyler here today. Our under of the day, I love this one, man. I love it. Quentin Post. Who? Yeah, he's the Warriors center, if you will. He sometimes starts, sometimes doesn't. We're taking his under. We're fading him under 9.5 points, minus 122 on FanDuel. Now, if the line drops to 8.5, maybe take a peek at his points and rebounds line. I don't see a role for him tonight as the Warriors play host to my New York Knicks. Now, the Knicks, we know they start Cat. They'll have Mitchell Robinson come off the bench. But Post, he's not going to guard Cat. He could maybe match up against Mitchell Robinson, but they're not going to want him on Cat. No chance. So I think this is a matchup that you just don't see him get a lot of minutes. We have Kuminga back. Pods is out, but Kuminga's back. So that should limit some of the forward / not center rotation because Kuminga doesn't play center, but again, another forward in the mix, which we know the Warriors like to go small. And I think they can go small in the Knicks, especially with Cat in there, because Cat's really struggled against smaller defenders, which will probably put Draymond or Kuminga or someone on him. I really like fading Quentin Post today. We're fading him into the ground. Now, is he as bad as Mo Gay? Maybe not. Mo Gay actually 5 points in the first quarter. Then they benched him. Don't know what they were doing. But let's talk about Mr. Quentin Post, too. I do see his line has dropped to 8.5, still 9.5 on a couple different books. As a reminder, we're back on PropsMadness. Use code COS, 25% off your purchase. Take advantage of that. Here we go. Quentin Post, do you see 8.5? Some books, 9.5, still a little bit on Bet365, BetMGM, Hard Rock if you got it. Sharper books still at 9.5. I don't honestly mind his under in points plus rebounds, which is still a 14.5 line. I like both of them. They go hand in hand. Now, Quentin Post, we're just going to talk about points, and we'll look at 9.5. Quentin Post, he's over in back-to-back games. He actually had 11, 10. He's over in 3 of his last 4. Props to him. The Nets, terrific matchup. The Nets love the trap Steph Curry, or whoever the number one guy is, leave spot-up shooters wide open. Hence why he made 2 threes on 4 attempts. Pistons, not a good matchup for him. Granted, he goes 0 for 3 for 10, 0 for 5 from 3. Blazers, another pretty good matchup for him, especially with Klingon in there. They don't guard the opposing center. And then the Kings, an A-plus matchup for him. However, this Knicks is not a great matchup. You see how he scores his points. 35% of his points on spot-up shooting, where the Knicks ranked 3rd. You look at the Knicks on the season, and I forgot to pull this up, Fantasy Pros on the season. The Knicks, 4th fewest points per game allowed to centers. They've been really good. Again, pretty good at limiting rebounds, fewest, which I don't mind the P plus R. But again, this is not a great spot for him. If you look at his 3-point line, it's in at 1.5. Him to make 2 threes is like plus 200 or something like that, plus 225. So there's a pretty good chance that they don't think he makes 3 threes tonight. And that's basically all of his scoring is making 3 threes, which is at plus 225. So the under is around minus 300. So under at minus 300 for him to make 3 threes, I feel pretty good about taking this under. And this season, when he's made 2 or fewer threes, and I'll even give him some minutes. I don't want to include games that he's barely playing. I'll give him 15 minutes. When he's made 2 or fewer threes and played 15 or more minutes, he's under in 8 of 13. You look at the games he went over. The Jazz, he has 4 games he ended on the hook. The Jazz twice. The Jazz don't play any defense, especially against centers. Mavericks, sure, congrats. They have no size when he faced them here. And then the Nets, another team. Like we said, they double opposing point guards and stuff, and they give open opportunities. We saw him the first time he played the Knicks. He played 15 minutes on the dot, scored 3 points and 4 field goal attempts. Now that we got Kuminga in here, I just don't see a role for him today. I clicked the wrong button, but either way, we're fading him today. We're doing it. It's my favorite under the board. We're taking Quentin Post under in points. If it goes over, whatever, we tip the cap. But I can sleep at night knowing I faded this guy. I just don't think he's all that good. And I think this matchup's terrible for him. Look for the other guys, like the wings and the forwards they have to get more minutes. I mean, whoever's guarding Mitchell Robinson, you're not going to be worried about him. So look for them to maybe go smaller here, which they've been doing regardless. I don't like Quentin Post matchup. We'll take his under at 9.5 points. Really like that one. Now we move to our same game parlay. And I really think this is a great parlay. I hope that I have the graphics set up correctly, so where I am filling out the graphics. But either way, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Like and subscribe if you're new. We'll get into our underdog entry in just one moment. Here we go. We have this play. It is a 2-leg parlay. It is Miles Turner, as I'm fixing my Miles Turner 2 plus 3-pointers, and Tyrese Halliburton 8 plus assists. This was minus 104. I actually saw it got better value. So, hey, take the better value. I love this 2-leg parlay. It is minus 104 on FanDuel. I'll play it for 1 unit. I like Turner's over today, but at 15.5 points, I don't see him getting there without 2 threes. I like Halliburton's over an assist, but again, I like buying a couple assists there. His line's 9.5. I like it for 8. I like Turner. These guys are going to go hand in hand. Halliburton's going to be passing it to Turner. Let's hope he can get hot from three, make some threes for us. Now, let's talk about this two-leg and why I really like it. I think it's a great spot here as they go up against the Bucks. They're on the road here. This is a big game for both these two teams. The Pacers currently trail the season series 2-1. So the Bucks are trying to clinch not home court advantage, but clinch the tiebreaker against the Pacers. And these are two teams right on each other's heels in the playoff race. We know the Pacers just beat them. Now let's talk about Miles Turner. And we'll first actually begin with looking at the opportunities that Miles Turner got in the most recent game. He went 1 for 8 from 3 against the Bucks in the most recent game. Halliburton got the assist, but Turner couldn't make the shots. Here are the shots he was getting. You know, we could go full screen if we really wanted to here. This is the type of shot that Miles Turner was getting. You see Halliburton come, ask for a screen for Miles Turner. You see I realize I'm still blocking some of this. Whatever, we'll go small screen. You see Brook Lopez hedging here. He dumps it off to Miles Turner. Wide open three. What happens? And he misses it. Yeah, I mean, you look at the 3-point shot. I'm blocking a bunch of it. He just missed. He missed wide open looks. Now, in that most recent game, and we're getting off of Quentin Post, you'll see he had the opportunities, Miles Turner, that is. But as I said, he just couldn't knock down 1 for 8 from 3. We'll take that volume any day of the week. This season against them, he has 3 on 5 threes, 2 on 5, and 1 on 8. They're going to continue to give him open opportunities. We just hope he knocks them down. And if he continues to see 5 or more threes, we got to take our chances there. This season, when he's attempted 5 or more threes, we're looking at him over in 22 of 24 games. If you say, hey, we only get 4, it's over in 20 of 24. He has wide open opportunities. He just has to make them. And I think he makes them in this matchup. It has been one he's been pretty good in head-to-head wise. If you go to last year against them, pretty good numbers, 4-2-2. These games doesn't really shoot, 0 for 2, 1 for 4. He made 7 threes against them in the playoffs, so they just hunkered down on him the rest of the series. Jeez, I couldn't think of that word. I really like this matchup for him, though, today. I really think he gets the 3-point opportunities. That's all we're asking for. Now, as for Halliburton assists, his line is sitting at 9.5. You can see that here. Like the 8+ a lot better. He's been really good as of late. You can see that double-digit assists in 7 straight games. He is on a slight minutes restriction. He missed a couple games in here between these two. He did return 10 assists, 19 potential assists. He's been really, really good at dishing the rock. I mean, 20 potentials, 21, 15, 23, 32, 15. So he's got a lot of potentials this year. Maybe we uptick the minutes given how big of a game this is. And I really think he'll have the opportunities head-to-head wise this season. 9 on 17, 7 on 17, and then 10 on 19. Last year against them, pretty good numbers once again in terms of getting the 8. Kind of stopped in the playoffs. Wasn't as great, but 16, 12, 8 on 20, 12, 11, 7 on 22, 50. At the end of the day, I think this is a 2-leg parlay where they kind of, they go hand in hand. I think you're going to see Halliburton call for some screens from Turner. He's going to have to give him out some wide open opportunities. Let's hope Miles Turner knocks them down. And I really like this 2-leg parlay. So officially my 3 plays of the day before we get into the underdog slip is we have Malik Beasley's over in points, Quentin Post's under in points, and then our final play of the day, a 2-leg parlay. Hallie, Turner, do your jobs. Knock down some shots for us. I like those 3 picks. I'm not going to have any added plays today. We're going to stick to the 3 we got in the video. We'll probably have a bigger card tomorrow. Finally, we wrap up with our underdog entry. Throw it up on the screen. A reminder, code COS. You'll get an SGA free square. You'll also get a match in your first deposit up to $1,000. Now, here are the entries. Let's talk from start to top to bottom. Giannis, lower than 34.5 points. If you watched how they defended him in the first game, he only had 19 points. He didn't attempt a single shot in the fourth quarter. Again, they are going to wall him off. They're going to try their best to slow down Giannis. If he scores 35 and beats me like that, tip the cap. You know what we say. Shea, I like him lower 8.5 assists. His regular line's down to 6.5. So I like buying a little bit of extra security here. But again, Pistons, really tough matchup. I get it. There'll be no Jalen Williams or Chet Holmgren. I'm not too worried about it there. He's going to have to score the basketball. His line's at 35.5 points. He's going to be scoring, hopefully not dishing it. Next, Miles Turner, 2.5 first quarter points. He's banging home a 3 in the first quarter. I know it because he's going to make a 1 and 3 in the first, miss his next 5, and we're going to have to pray in the fourth quarter that he gets another one. That's going to be what's going to come down to. He'll bang home a 3 in the first. And then Jason Tatum, higher than 6.5 assists. Actually, a play I almost made an official one. I really like the spot for him. If you look at the Nets, who he plays today, you think he's had 10 and 6 assists or something like that against them this season. The potential assists have been there. Also, don't be shocked if maybe Jaylen Brown is out tonight. Should see some more upside for Jason Tatum, who plays the Nets, who do love the double opposing team's number one guys. So I really like this one. It's $20 to win 95. I think it's got a great chance at smacking there. Reminder, code COS. They'll match your first deposit up to $1,000, and you'll get that SGA free square, which is right here. You'll get this free pick. Those are my picks, people. Let's have a great Saturday. Let's continue our under dominance. It's going to hopefully get some overs going, and our SGPs have actually been pretty good since the All-Star, since last week or so. Either way, have a wonderful Saturday. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys back in the next one. Sign up for Props Madness using code COS, or sign up for Underdog, or do both using code COS. I appreciate you. Help support the channel. Also, end of the video. Thanks again to everyone that showed up to the to our live stream. We're going to do a lot more of those. We actually, man, I felt like if I bet the board yesterday, we would have cooked the books. But hey, smart to be conservative with the bankroll. But yeah, we'll be doing a lot more live streams. We'll now be on Twitch as well. Twitch is at Calling Our Shot. So if you want to follow us there, cool. We'll be doing some more live streams. Let me know what times you want me to start doing them more consistently. I know if Logan's involved for like baseball, he can't really do them until later on in the evening, like 4 p.m. might be the earliest on like Mondays and Fridays. But for NBA, maybe we do them earlier on in the day, maybe 1, 2 p.m. Either way, thanks for tuning in the live stream. If that was you, I appreciate it. We'll be doing more of those, maybe starting Monday, probably doing one daily, Monday through Friday, something like that. We'll figure it out. Either way, thanks for tuning in. It's Austin. I'm out of here. See you in the next one. Peace.